Well, hello, everybody. I'm Nick. And today we're going to have a little session on how to calculate power consumed by a balloon. So we're going to start with a little fundamentals. So let's assume we got a battery out there that puts out 100 joules, and we hook it to a light bulb, and we put a meter in there, and it says it's consuming 10 amps. So by definition, the power is equal to the voltage times the current, and the units we usually express that in is in watts. So let's go through that. So if we got 100 volts and 10 amps, that thing is going to put out 1,000 watts. All right. Now let's talk about energy. Energy is different from watts. Energy is the power over the time you use it. And the way you calculate that, you take the power, typically in watts, and you multiply it times the time, typically in hours, and the units is watt hours. So in our case, we got 1,000 watts. We hook it up for an hour. We have consumed 1,000 watt hours. To give you an idea, if you were buying power from utilities, they charge you about 10 cents for that. So now I want to talk a little bit about units. We're gonna change the units to make it much easier. If you like me, you get screwed up, you got too many zeros. So we've come up with a way to express things in smaller units. So in 1 amp, there's 1,000 milliamps. So a milliamp is 1,000th of an amp. Same thing in watts. In 1 watt, there's 1,000 milliwatts. And we're going to choose the units. You can choose what you want, you just got to be consistent. And of course, you guys all know that in an hour there's 60 minutes, so we're going to probably want to choose minutes. So now let's decide what's in our balloon. So in our balloon, we have, in our balloon, we have a GPS. We got a microcontroller. In our case, it's a shadow. We got a temperature sensor. We got a radio receiver, and we got a radio transmitter. You might put some other stuff in your balloon, but you guys pick what you want. Let's figure out how much power it's going to take to run this balloon. So let me get rid of this thing. Let's see if we can bring up Spreadsheet. Let's clear the deck a little bit. Where is it? Go away. Why won't my PowerPoint go away? There it is. Okay, spreadsheets. Now, some of you guys may not have been exposed to spreadsheets, but sooner or later in your career, you're going to get them. And the sooner you learn it, the better off you're going to be. So the first thing we got to do is we got to decide on the units. You can pick what you want. I have chosen some that make the numbers a little smaller, a little easier to see. So for volts, we're going to use volts, okay, right here. So I'm going to put volts down here. For the current, I'm going to pick milliamps because most of the sheets, the spreadsheets, are described in milliamps. And because we got milliamps, we're going to use power in milliwatts. We choose to express the time in minutes. And of course, the energy we choose to express in milliwatt minutes. You can multiply, decide whatever units you want. Okay, over here we're going to list the devices. Okay, we already saw that we got a GPS, temperature sensor, radio receiver, and radio transmitter. All right, cool. So over here we're going to make an assumption that our flight is 3.5 hours. Okay. All right, but we want to express that in minutes. So how do we change hour into minutes? Man, it's equal. It's easy. So we're going to do an arithmetic operation. So we're going to take 60, and we're going to multiply it times hours over here. Presto Zarts, 210 minutes. Man, wasn't that easy? All right, now let's get into the meat of the thing. So we got a GPS over here. So the data sheet says we're going to run it on 5 joules. All right. The data sheet says it might pull 80 milliamps, right? So we're going to just type in 80, right? Now remember, by definition, we said that the power is equal to the voltage times the current. So it's equal to the voltage over here times the current. And because I did it in there, it's already there. All right, so now, cool, we got that. So now, how long is our balloon flight? Well, we already know it's 210 minutes, so I'm going to just go copy that by doing this equals and this block up here. Right? Cool. Done. Now, by definition, we know that the energy it consumed is equal to the power it is consuming times the time it's on. Well, okay, so it's an arithmetic. Put the equal sign in here. What's the power? It's 400 milliwatts. Okay, and we're going to multiply that time the time over here. Press those arts. 84,000 milliwatt minutes. Isn't that easy? Man, spreadsheet. Okay, so now let's go work on our temperature sensor. So this data sheet says it takes 3 joules. It says it probably takes 15 milliamps or 10 milliamps. All right. Now, how much power does it take? Well, okay, it takes, it's an arithmetic operation. It takes 3 joules times 10 milliamps, all right, which is 30 milliwatts, all right. And how much energy does it consume? It's an arithmetic multiplication, so we're going to go here and let me get to. So we got to put the time in here. So how much time it is? Well, we already know that it's going to go 3.5 hours or 210 minutes. So now we got the time in here. Now let's go figure out how much energy it consumes. Well, we know that the energy, by definition, is the power times the time. Look at there. All right, let's go do the receiver. Okay, so the receiver is again 3 joules. And by the data sheet, we see that it's probably 15 milliamps. There we go over here. So what is it? It's the joules times current, which is 45 milliwatts. Not a lot of power, right? How much time is a radio receiver going to be on? Well, full time of balloon, which is now, how many? 210 seconds, right? So how do we calculate the power? Come on, guys. Let me hear you. It's an arithmetic operation. Okay, it's the power it consumes times the time. All right, we're getting there. Okay, now we come to the radio transmitter, all right? It again takes 3 joules, all right? But this time it takes 120 mils, all right? So how much power did it consume? It's the joules times the current. Now, here's the catch. Is the transmitter on all the time? No, it's not on all the time. But as designers, you guys get to choose that, all right? So we come up here to the spreadsheet. So let's choose. Let's think that we can get our data down in a single transmission that's going to take 5 seconds, all right? How many times a minute do we want to do that? Well, let's just pick a number. Say 3 times, all right? Now, what fraction of a minute is it going to be on? Watch this. All right, we know it's an arithmetic, so let's calculate the seconds. It's 5. It's going to be on for 3 times. And how many seconds in a minute? We're going to divide by 60. Okay. Now, how many minutes in the flight to get our full total hours? Well, we just easily take this as it's going to be on for 210 seconds. And times, how many times a minute? It's 52 minutes every balloon flight, okay? So now we kind of built the model. So how long is it going to be on? How many minutes is it going to be on per balloon flight? Look at here. So now, watch this. So we know the energy it consumes. It's the power, 360 milliwatts, times 52 minutes. Ooh, that's a pretty big number, huh? So what's the total consumption of the power? Watch how this spreadsheet makes it super easy. Watch this. You guys know what this symbol is over here? Whoop, 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 I did it wrong. God dog it. You know what this symbol is over here? Look here. 119,000 milliwatt seconds. Okay, that sounds like a big number, huh? Well, let's look. So we got a battery over here. Okay, so here's our battery over here. So how many jolts is our battery? Let's put it. How many jolts is our battery? Nominally, it's 3.6. All right. That comes out of the data sheet. It takes a little interpretation to get there. So how many milliwatt hours in that battery according to the data sheet? All right. Now here's a little story. All vendors lie. Some vendors, manufacturers lie a lot. Let's hope that the guy we bought it from is pretty truthful. So how much milliwatt hours is in there? Well, we know it's the consumption times the voltage. All right. Now this is in hours, right? And this is in minutes. So how do we convert this to minutes? Well, we get over here and it's another arithmetic operation, so it's equal. All right, it's that times what, guys? I didn't hear you. 60. So this battery is stored about 700,000 milliwatt minutes. But guess what? Our balloon only consumed 119. So what's your engineering opinion? Your engineering opinion is that one battery can maintain that flight. How about that? Now here's something really neat about spreadsheets. What if we screwed up? This thing took, instead of 3.5 hours, it took 5 hours. Man, that would be a lot of damn work. Go back through there and figure all that back out again. But watch how neat the spreadsheet is. Let's see, we put in 5 in here, all right? Hit enter. Look at here. It corrected it all for us. So if the balloon lasted 5 hours instead of 3, we would consume about 170,000 milliwatt minutes. But guess what? Our battery's still kicking over here. We got enough, so we can tolerate a 5-hour flight, right? What if we can't get it all in 5 seconds? What if it takes us 10 seconds to get this thing in? Look at here. Man, it figured it all out for us. Isn't that super? How about that? Now, one thing on a spreadsheet is it's very easy to make a mistake, a formal mistake. So what you need to go get one of your peers and explain that to him and see if he can catch any errors. And I may have made some mistakes in here because I don't want anybody to check my work. But guys, that's it, man. That's neat, isn't it? Stop.